When you experience anxiety, your body gets stuck and your nervous system gets stuck in the stress response. So you might feel restless, you might feel anxious, you might feel tension, or like you can't focus. So that's what this practice is all about today. This practice is all about helping you move from that state of fight and flight, coaxing the body into a state of rest and digest. So we're actually training the nervous system to shift more easily from that stress response into the rest response, which is where we want to spend most of our time, because we feel a lot better and a lot more things are able to happen for our mental and physical health when we're in a state of rest and digest. So this is going to be a little bit more physical practice to start with, not a lot, but a little bit more to kind of shake off some of that anxiety. You're going to need a bolster and a blanket for today's practice. And if we haven't met, I'm Janet. I share practices to help you relieve stress, to build resilience, and to find more peace and calm. All right, so we're going to begin standing today. Come to your mat. Stand with your feet together or about hip width apart. And we're just going to start doing some little rebounding. So just kind of shaking, just letting your heels tap on the ground. And you can start to get the arms involved. Like I said, we're going to shake off some of that extra tension that flows through our bodies when we're feeling anxious. You know, you see animals do this, dogs do this all the time. They shake, and that's how they reset their nervous system. Kids do it too, until we teach them not to. So just shake it, bounce it, let your heels just kind of tap. You can feel that tension, just kind of like you're shaking it out of your body. All right, let's step the feet a little wider apart, little bend in your knees, and we're going to twist. So let your knees bend as you twist. Let your hands tap your sides. If you'd like, you can get your head involved, so you could just look from side to side. Or if that starts to make you dizzy, you can look forward. Or maybe you do some of each. Maybe go side to side, and then look forward. Just releasing tension out of your spine. So for some people, when you get anxious, you really need that more physical exercise. This might be enough for you to help get you into that state of rest and digest that we're headed for. If you find that you're feeling really anxious and this isn't enough for you, you might find that before you do this practice, you want to do something a little more physical. Maybe go for a brisk walk around your block. Maybe watch one of my Pilates Yoga Fusion videos. Do that first, maybe just like a 5 to 10 minute one, and then come back to this practice if you have a hard time settling. All right, and step your feet back together, about hip width apart. We're going to come into mountain pose. So standing up tall on your mat. I want you to lift your toes, spread your toes wide, and then set your toes back down on the mat. And just feel that connection you have with the mat, or if you're on the ground, feel that. Stand up nice and tall, firm your belly slightly, reach your fingertips down, let your shoulders release away from your ears, reach up through the crown of your head, and then soften or close your eyes. And begin to tune into what's going on inside. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your nervous system is feeling. And notice how your breath feels. Your breath is a direct line to your autonomic nervous system. So we're going to do a little breath manipulation today through our practice to help us to get a little more settled. Right now, just notice your breath and allow your inhales to begin to deepen, and then lengthen your exhales. Inhale, deepen, and lengthen your exhales. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Offer yourself a little compassion here, some self-compassion, some self-kindness. Noticing these things always with compassion and not with judgment. And just in an effort to learn, to understand how your body works, what's going on. And permission to move nice and slow through this practice. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to step the right foot back and come into a warrior two. So the right foot rotates parallel with the back edge of the mat. Bend your left knee and then press down into your feet. Lengthen up through this back leg. Open your hips to this right side of the mat. Level out your pelvis. Reach your arms up, shoulder height. Relax your ears. Look over your left fingertips. Warrior two. Rotate your palms up, and on an inhale, reach your arms overhead as you straighten the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, rise. Exhale, ground. In. Breathe out. We're just flowing, moving nice and slow and gentle here. This is the movement that our nervous system loves. Like we're flossing the nervous system. And then stay here in this pose, this warrior two. Continue to reach down through your toes. Maybe lift your toes and then ground them down. Really feel that connection with the mat beneath you. And then release your arms, straighten that back leg. The left leg rotates to the right, and then the right leg goes to the right. Bend your right knee, lengthen out through your left leg. Make any adjustments. This doesn't have to be your widest warrior two ever. Make any adjustments, level out your pelvis, reach your arms up parallel with the floor. Gaze comes over those right fingertips. Rotate your palms up. Inhale, reach up, straighten the right leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. Exhale, ground. You might be opposite from me. Just listen to my cues as far as the right and left go. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lower. We'll do one more. And now stay here in the pose. Soften your shoulders. Gaze is over those right fingertips. Belly is firm. Pull your tailbone down. For one more breath. Straighten your front leg. Rotate both feet now to the side of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. On an inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips. Let your knees bend, just a little micro bend to protect them. And then on an inhale, that bend in the knees, come all the way back up. Exhale for 4 as we go down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale to rise. Exhale for 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to rise. Exhale for 6. You can add the arms if you'd like more. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, rise. Exhale for 6 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's pause here. Go ahead and bring your hands down. Let them rest on the mat or on a block if you have a block. Let the crown of your head be heavy. Little bend in the knees. Press out into your pinky toes. Notice what you're feeling here in the backs of your legs and the backs of your hamstrings. See if you can soften your shoulders. And bring your hands back up to your hips. Bend your knees. Come all the way back up. Heel toe your feet together. Step your feet together. And just pause. Have an interoceptive pause and notice what's happening in the backs of your legs versus the fronts of your legs. Notice what's happening with your breath. All right, let's come on down to the mat. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. We're going to go into our restorative pose, which is a belly down twist. So get your bolster and get one blanket. Place your bolster on your mat in front of you. And we're going to come to sit next to the bolster. You know what, you might even want 2 blankets. Sometimes it can be nice to put a blanket here on the top of the bolster to lay your head on, if you'd like that. Otherwise, we're going to take the blanket and place it between your calves. Your left hip is up against the bolster. Then take one hand on either side of the bolster. Lengthen up through your spine. So inhale, find that length in your spine. Keep the length in your spine as you fold forward. Look over to the right. So you're looking over to the same side that your knees are on. Let your forearms rest. Let your head rest on your bolster. And then make any adjustments that you need to here to really be comfortable. Restorative yoga is all about finding comfort, finding support in that prop. So if you need to put a pillow or another blanket here so that you feel supported, go ahead and do that. And then start to feel yourself releasing onto the support of the bolster or your cushions. And feel the back side of your body opening up. Your upper back, your shoulders open. As they open, they release tension. And feel your hips opening and releasing. And if you find yourself gripping or holding, go ahead and invite yourself to start releasing and to soften a little bit. Take a deep breath into your lungs and feel your lungs expand. Feel that area between your ribs, those intercostal muscles. This is going to help open them up and stretch them. And exhale, release. Soften. And another deep inhale. And as you exhale, exhale to 4, 2, 3, 4. Deep inhale. Feel your belly expand, your chest expand. Exhale to 5. Full breath in. Exhale to 6. Give yourself a full breath in. Exhale to 7. Feel yourself soften on the exhales. Another full breath in. And exhale to 8. And when you're finished with this one, do it again with another full breath and another exhale to 8. Now release your breath without trying to control it. Just notice the sensations of your breath, gently flowing in and flowing out. And you may notice the effects of that breathing, those longer exhales. Notice the effect it's having on your nervous system. We're going to stay here in this pose for about 2 more minutes. We're going to move into silence. So option to just relax here, option to stay with the sensations of your breath, or an option to continue to take a little body scan. Notice where you might be holding and gripping, and invite yourself to soften and release into this pose. prepare to move out of this pose by pulling your hands back towards your chest. Press into your hands, lift yourself up. We're going to move to the other side, just nice and slow. But first, we're going to keep the blanket between your calves. Bring your back up to the bolster. Place one hand on either side of the bolster, fingertips going forward, lean back. Let your legs windshield wiper from one side to the other, nice and gentle. Releasing your spine. Okay, now we're going to move to the other side. So now we're going to bring the right hip up next to the bolster. You can just switch around. I'm going to go ahead and move this over here so that I can see you. The right hip is at the bolster. The blanket is still between your calves or your knees. Hip is right up next to the bolster. Bring one hand onto either side of your bolster. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, roll down. Bring your right cheek to the mat or to the bolster. Your forearms come down to the mat and allow yourself to release. Feel that gentle twist through your whole spine. Notice your breath as you breathe, and it presses into the bolster, expanding your lungs out towards the sides. Opening up your lungs, opening up your back lung area. Expansion out through your upper back and your shoulders, allowing that tension to release from your shoulders and your neck. Allow your arms to soften and release. Feel your low back softening. Invite your hips and your legs to soften. And trust the support beneath you. Trust that you're being held. And on every exhale, allow yourself to sink a little deeper into that support. And give yourself a full breath in. Opening up your ribs on that left side. And then exhale to 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, expand through your lungs. Exhale to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Full breath in. Give yourself a full breath in. And exhale to 6. Full breath in. Exhale to 7. And 2 more on your own, giving yourself a full breath in. And then exhaling to 8 each time. And then notice how this practice is feeling on your nervous system. Notice the effects the breath is having on you. And allow your breath to be gentle. take that body scan to see where you might be able to soften, maybe notice where you might have started to grip and hold again. Or stay with the sensations of your breath as we move into stillness and quietness. Begin to prepare to come out of this pose. Pull your hands back towards your hips. Press yourself up, moving nice and slow. Again, we're going to rotate so that your back is against the bolster. Take this blanket, maybe fold it again, roll it up, place it underneath your knees. Let your legs come out long with that blanket rolled up underneath there for support. Take a really gentle forward fold. Allow your back to round, not forcing anything. Just a nice gentle forward fold. Notice what you're feeling in your back. And taking another moment to express kindness and self-compassion to yourself, recognizing the wise part of you that did this practice today, that's trying to take care of yourself, learning tools to be able to move more easily into this state of rest. Like anything, it's a practice. And so being kind with yourself as you learn. When you're ready, come on back up to seated. You can sit on your bolster if you would like. Notice how you feel. Part of restorative yoga is that support. The support of the bolster, the support beneath you is so important. Also the support of community. And so I invite you to leave a comment below to share with this community how this practice settled with you. You can either share how it felt to you, or if you'd like to just leave a word of encouragement for others who are doing this practice, that would be much appreciated also. So I will see you on the mat again soon. Until then.